Hi there. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. This is the only way I get to see you.
No, I'm here. I'm live all the time. Let's be real. And I want to
Well,
say,
not live like me being able to speak to you like this. It's a joy to see all of you. It really is.
and I just want to say before we even get started, thank you for showing up. You have brought an amazing energy into our community, motivating people, cheering them on, and showing up for us every day. So I want to say thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank
And
you.
before we get started, as a recap, where are you calling in from?
I am in sunny Southern California.
And I had to remember that because when you said, will I be off by 6 o'clock? And I'm looking at my clock saying 7:45. I knew it wasn't the right time zone for you. And who shared ER Shred with you?
Sarah O'Bannon.
Awesome. Another hero who is going to be coming on our call next week to give us an update. Love that. Sarah has brought some amazing energy into this community as well. And what is it you're passionate about?
My passion is my health and helping others understand nutrition, because you have to understand it. It's a definite science that I did not realize until I came to the ER Shred.
I was going to say, has your understanding of nutrition shifted a little bit?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. So why don't you share a little bit about what your understanding has shifted?
Well, I started in May, and I haven't stopped. It's been back-to-back shreds. But I've learned that red meat is not bad. That was the biggest thing for me, was eating red meat and watching it cook on butter and bacon, butter. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gross at first. Okay. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm eating this. This is awful. This is not good for me. But I'm going to trust my friend Sarah. And, I moved on, but I've learned that it truly has satisfied me. This nutrition that I'm doing now with the ER Shred, it satisfies me. And you don't deprive yourself from eating. You're hungry, you eat. I didn't know that either, and those two main factors in my life of not understanding that protein, which is the real meat, satisfies you. And if I'm hungry, I go grab a beef jerky. If I'm hungry, I go grab a piece of chicken. It's okay. And I felt guilty. It's like, oh my gosh, I think I'm eating too much. And I've learned throughout my journey about the importance of pink Himalayan salt. I do have to share that in the beginning, when on my second shred, I was noticing that I was extremely tired. Mm-hmm. And of course, I reached out to Sarah, and that's when she said to me, go up to the guides, and she's taught me. And after I did that I started educating myself, like you said, shreducation. I went into the guides, and now I am proficient with the guides and understanding. I put pink salt and it comes out. But what I'm trying to say here is I didn't realize how important pink Himalayan salt is and the electrolytes that the amped gives us. Mm-hmm. And one example is that I literally thought I was dying. Okay. And that, I was done. And Melanie mm-hmm. and Sarah walked side by side with me in the beginning and guided me to the pink salt thing. And I did. And then I have my husband following me, and yesterday he said, I'm not going to work. I'm really sick. I think I'm going to need to go to the hospital. And I'm sorry, guys, but some men are just so drama. And so I hope he's not hearing me, but anyways, and I literally said, look, you need to drink 16 ounce of water. Let's put thing with amped and let's do some more pink Himalayan, because I didn't know that pink Himalayan salt, the amped hydrate has pink Himalayan salt already in it, but I put more in it. Okay. And he said, you and your stuff, you and your isogenic stuff, and I said, listen, can you just drink this right now so you won't die? Just do it, and we're going to take you to the hospital. Don't worry. And so he drank it, and I said, just keep drinking it. And he spoke with the doctor. The doctor said, well, we don't have any appointments today, but tomorrow we'll see you, which is today. And he goes, I guess I'm going to have to I go, drink it all day. Just drink it. Keep going. By the third time that he drank his third one, he goes, Isabel, that was it. I am fine now. I am awake. And oh my God. And I'm like, so that's my stuff that you didn't believe me, And then now I'm coming to all this to tell you that now he's saying, look, you said meat was bad for you. Look at you making bacon and all that stuff. And I said, correct. But we have to also know that we eat the bacon and it has to not have nitrates and it cannot have this. And we have to watch what we are eating. We just don't buy any kind of bacon. And we just don't buy any kind of meat. So I've learned all of that, and he's learning with me. This was huge for me with him because he didn't believe me. and honestly, and then I had him go, I took him to the guides and said, look, let's put electrolytes so you can see how important electrolytes are. And he's, now I finally got him to understand, and I'm understanding I'm being a better teacher and a better coach.
So I have a question for you, because you just shared a ton of information and I love it. But my question for you is, what do you say to that person that doesn't have the trusting relationship like you had with Sarah at the beginning, when they saw the beef and the butter and they said, no, I can't do that?
I've had some people like that. And I still have some that are in the ER shred and don't believe all of this, but that's okay. I guide them to the guides that, our university shred education. And I show them everything. And I say, just trust me that it works, but you do it on your own time. A lot of people are still treading very lightly because they don't believe it. I'm one that thankfully I was given that gift of, I just go for it and do it and see what happens. If it doesn't work, it didn't work, but one thing I also wanted to say too, because the young lady that just spoke earlier, she had a Hashimoto's, so do I. And that's one thing that I do want to make sure that nothing here is intended to diagnose or prevent any diseases. But one thing I can say with this second shred, my thyroid went out, and I was drinking a lot of the electrolytes and everything that I told you, but I was still not well. And I said, this is not good. And again, Miss my teacher, Sarah O'Bannon, goes, what medications are you having? And I go, well, it's just the thyroid. She goes, have you checked your thyroid? So I did. And my thyroid was very low. Low and high, and in both means that I needed to bring my medication down, which to me it's great news. They had to bring my micrograms down from 175 to 135 micrograms. And the doctor, I told the doctor what I was doing. And the doctor said, you keep doing what you're doing. because it's working. Your thyroid is starting to come back alive. So, and again, this is just me, my personal stuff.
Exactly.
This is not for anyone else, but I do tell you, this ER Shred is thebomb.com.
It really is.
We love it because of the community, the support we have. I don't feel alone. I can go to the guides, or I can message any of you guys, because I've done that. I've done it with Susan, that I don't even know her, and said, listen, I need to ask you because I don't want to post anything that'll create chaos. And she was so eloquent the way she answered me, as well as Heather. So I thank you for giving me the opportunity to show myself and to inspire others, because I have brought a lot of people in that are doing it, and others are still on the sidelines.
You absolutely have. And she brings up Isabel, thank you for bringing up a really good point. We're never going to give medical advice on this, but you sought out your medical professional to support you. And that has been happening for some people, is that their body starts functioning the way it's supposed to. So if they are working with a medical professional for any kind of long-term issue, you need to be constantly checking in with them. As your health changes, you may need to modify things. And it is the importance of working with the medical professional. Sometimes it's not saying, hey, what do you think about me doing this? Sometimes it's saying, hey, I'm doing this. Will you support me on my journey? Right. There's a different way to approach that conversation, but they do need to be involved in that conversation when you are on a consistent medication for support, because things are going to change with your body as you take back control of your health.
Right.
And so it's really important. So like when people say, hey, this is going on, we're going to tell you legally, we cannot give you any medical advice. And you're not saying that you treated, cured, or prevented anything, but you're saying, hey, you were able to check in and your thyroid started to come back to life.
Exactly. And the doctor agreed. He's like, continue doing whatever it is that you're doing. And I will continue. Another thing I did want to let you know, because I wrote this down because I didn't want to forget, is the total time that I've been here since May, my total weight loss has been 22 pounds. Okay. And that is like hands down, and this is great. And the best part of it is that, honestly, it's, you guys aren't seeking anything other than to help and educate, because that's all you're doing, educating us in a way for us to understand our body. So I thank you all for having this, for Sean that created this. A million thank yous to Sarah that brought me in. By the way, I never knew her until the ER Shred. So, and she has become a sister to me.
It's amazing. And I think and I'm going to speak on behalf of the board, just because we are so in sync with stuff like this. The vibration that this brings to us, seeing people like you come alive, see you active out there, crushing your goals and hitting it. That's all we want. We want our vibration to come up, and it's happening in this community when we see you guys showing up for yourselves. And that's really where the board, that's why we do what we do, because what we take out of this is the empowerment that we see you all gain.
Yep. And another advice that I give anyone that is new, I watch all the videos. I go back. Jesse's videos, oh my goodness, they're amazing. Sean's. And another thing I want to mention, this group is the one that got me for my first time to go live by myself, because I am like Susan. I don't like to go live on anything. And Sean gave that challenge, and I did it, and I faced my fear. And now I can literally start talking, and I'm like, oh, I can't believe I'm literally live. And this, I owe it to this group. I owe you guys so much. And I thank you so much for everything that you give. I keep giving until I have no more to give.
And we appreciate you. And I am so grateful that, when Sean and Crystal started this all, they really set the tone that we are a safe community for
Yep.
people to be authentic
Very-
and vulnerable. And that's, I really believe that we have a no tolerance for the nonsense. And that's why our community shows up the way they do. And I want to thank you on behalf of the board for how you have shown up for our community. We truly appreciate your energy and everything that you bring. Miss Isabel sharing an update is a shred warrior. Throw up those swords, my friend.